Ladies and gentlemen, hi and welcome to our D&D campaigns, Fools and Fates. I'm Daniel, your DM, and I will be leading our players into these weird and wonderful and, just more weird little side story we are doing. And before we get into the madness, I would like my players to introduce themselves as well as their characters.
Hi, my name is Katrina, and I am playing Adeema Strongjaw, a Goliath fighter that now has her first confirmed kill. Oh yeah.
And Friendly Fire.
And friend. Oh hell yeah, amen. Oh no, not amen. No. Sorry. Oops.
We don't like that here.
No, we don't like that. That's bad.
We don't encourage friendly fire.
No.
There's nothing like watching a stone giant drop kick a hobbit.
No, I'm good.
Did you just call me a hobbit?
That is copyright. We can't say that. That's copyrighted.
Halfling then.
We're gonna get sued by the Tolkien estate.
We are.
That's why it's called halfling.
Short people.
I think they're prepared.
No,
Okay, I'm not gonna
it's getting worse.
We got one character in. We have introduced one character so far.
I was like, if I'm playing it, I'm allowed to say it, right? No. Okay.
I don't think that's how it works.
Anyways, next character, please.
Hi, I'm Tarjei. I'm playing a human wizard by the name of Orpheus, and he, of course, is the hero, at least in his own mind. The savior of halflings.
Savior of halflings. Hello, my name is Alex. I'm playing Baast, who is a Beastmaster Ranger with his vulture. Vulture, is it a companion? I guess, sort of. Named Baba.
And hi, I'm Marianne. I play Wren Shadeleaf, a Lightfoot halfling, and 5th level druid. And I think we're all 5th level.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Probably won't
And
change either.
I am feeling very wounded, both emotional and physical.
Oh, all is love
And I wonder why.
And love and war.
And we got through
Good
that.
times.
Did we now?
We got there. Also,
Yes.
if you're joining by episode 9,
That's
I
a choice.
hang on to your seats. See how
It's
much
about
you
to
get.
Weird.
I mean, in the podcast Dungeons and Daddies, someone jumped in episode 56. So, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Shout
weirder
out,
things have happened.
shout out.
Shout out to
out.
Dungeons and
Shout
Daddies.
out.
Dungeons and
Okay,
Daddies.
They
shout
need
out.
Excellent.
it. They need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small time.
Stamp on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Endorsed.
Yes.
I eat at McDonald's too. Shout out to McDonald's.
Hey, shout
They
out.
need all the help they can
We
get.
can't do this for free anymore, okay? We need to stop now, okay?
Okay.
Maybe.
Come on, first we're saving Critical Role by mentioning them, and then we're gonna say McDonald's too.
I mean, listen. If McDonald's wants to sponsor, I'm not gonna say no.
We're going to see that McDonald's t-shirt in a month.
Hell yeah, capitalism for the win.
Yes.
Anyway.
Alex just changed his name to Ronald. I don't know.
Yes.
I'll play Ronald in the campaign.
In a realm far beyond McDonald's and any other corporate sponsor that we might have, we find our fated heroes and Daisy and Baba up on a mountain outside a little hut. They are still under a starry sky since they are just outside this hut, where there seemed to be some enchantment. What happened last was that Adeema came out and attacked and hurt Wren. After getting her
Straight to the heart.
after getting her sort of self back from the charm she was under, she managed to grab hold of this totally dark, mysterious, badass vampire, and not the total valley girl, and kill her. But right now, we are in the aftermath of just that. And you can still hear the creaking of metal from inside the hut.
Can I get a lay of the land where everybody's standing?
You are standing over the headless corpse of the vampire, and you just threw the head, punted it out into the sun,
I just wanted you to say it one more time. Thank you.
where it's now melting. Right by your side is the very wounded Wren that you cut with your blade.
Okay, calm down.
I just wanted it to say it one more time.
But you don't have to paint such a hard-ass picture.
It's about 30 feet away is Baast, and Orpheus is somewhere close by in the area as well.
Sneaky motherfucker.
I thought I was like further back, but she came to me, right? And attacked me viciously with her sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, have you done anything?
Just-
Have you cast magic or anything at all? Because if you haven't, you're probably still invisible.
No, I think I healed.
Yes,
Healed?
you
Okay, yeah, well,
healed.
then we can
Yes,
whistle.
you're not
Yeah,
invisible anymore,
unfortunately.
but also the... yeah, because you turn invisible, and you're not directly by Adeema, you're just a little bit away, a few feet away.
Alright, then after my glorious moment of murdering, I will turn to Wren and genuinely
Can I run over?
concerned. I'm like, I'm so sorry, little one.
I've turned around and run. Like
the creature
other
got
way.
into my mind.
And I'm going to look for a stop, and I'm ignoring her. And I want to sit down.
Yeah, just a little bit. You see some trees that have been fell not far away, and you go into it. And as you walk a little bit away, you suddenly step back into the sunlight.
So is she walking past me?
Put up my hood and like kind
Or-
of just sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're. Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm
where you are.
outside, so I'm just curious if you're going behind the hut or like what direction, so I know.
No, it's still in the front from where you are, so you
Okay.
you can
Adeema.
both see her.
Is Adeema chasing or running after?
No, because
Run.
she's fearful, and she generally feels remorseful, and she doesn't want to scare her any further. And I still think there's some level of threat or kabobble left to deal with within the cabin, so I will turn my focus and slowly move towards the entrance point again.
I think Orpheus will walk up and put his hand. He wanted to put his hand on Adeema's shoulder, but that turned difficult. So he.
Puts it on her ass.
Yeah. I think he has a tad. He might not be the most socially aware person, but I think he has a tad more survival instincts than just that.
He's not a bard after all, so you know.
No.
It would have been so funny. He's like, dear, boop, boop.
And just a little bit of a squeeze.
Yeah. Like, what am I touching? What is this? I don't know.
Don't worry, Adeema. I'm sure she just need a little time.
I think I've really, really hurt her, Orpheus.
Yeah, it looked painful. I mean, it was a pretty good punch.
No, I think it's worse than that. But we will deal
You're talking
with
about the emotional trauma of having a dear friend and one you admire turn and to try to kill you. Yeah, I can assume that would make for some awkward social interaction.
that actually comes a oof out of Adeema's mouth, like, ugh! Thanks for the knife in my heart. Thank you, Orpheus, for your elegantly honest opinion.
Anytime.
Observation.
He looks pleased and walks. And now for the werewolf in there.
And before we get to that, Wren, as you're sitting there, out of nowhere, suddenly you feel Daisy putting her head on your shoulder. Remember, she got a 30 stealth, so you know, you had no idea where she was until she suddenly there.
Sneaky ass girl.
Yes. I just needed to put that down. Yes. So as you go towards this hut, you can hear there's still a little bit of rattling and some movement in metal, and
yeah.
as you look in, you can see that the werewolf seems to not be able to get out of this cage, but seem to sort of be struggling and trying to get out. Not looking in the direction of the door, but looking further in.
Orpheus,
Yes?
do you have any magical capabilities that can calm such a beast, or do we need Baast for this?
Well, actually, well, I mean, it's not a beast technically. It is a human being, but also a werewolf. Right now, the lycanthropic part is taken over. I'm fairly certain that this might be beyond any animal kin. But let me see what bag of tricks I got left. I have almost spent all but my magical powers, I'm afraid. But I
Doing what
can't
exactly?
perhaps.
I look at him.
Perhaps. I can't charm him, but I mean, it only lasts for a short while, and he'll know he will be charmed. He might take unkindly to that afterwards. So let's see if we can reach him and find out a little. First, let's see what he's trying to get to. I mean, he's not coming towards us. It looks like he's trying to claw out of the cage the other way.
We are
Is there
not
something else in
opening
there?
the cage willy-nilly.
No, we are not opening the cage, since I have no intention of being turned into raspberry jam. But Orpheus pokes his head in the cabin and looks around. Like, he's trying to get out, but he's not trying to get to us. He's trying to get away somewhere else. What is in the direction he's trying to go?
And now you can see a person lying in the other corner. This person that Adeema saw for a brief moment, and that Wren as a mouse sort of could sense that there was somebody else in there. You see a person who's lying on the floor, missing a hand, and just very sort of. You can see there's a wound that's very fresh. The arm's been straight cut off.
I'll run.
And there's just some light bandaging, like nothing even close to what should be done. So this person is bleeding out.
Bleeding out.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll run into it. And,
Do I have medicine?
It's a medicines and skills, so you can.
Yeah. I have some medicine. I just wanna. Can I roll on it?
Yeah, you can definitely roll a medicine check.
Because I have at least like a +1 on it. 15.
15. Yeah. So the both of you run in, and Adeema just instinctively takes the somewhat loose bandages, takes them, and just moves them further up on the arm, and just starts sort of really tying it like a tourniquet style to stop the bleeding. You look around and you see like a wooden spoon that's used for cooking, and you take that and to get extra leverage and sort of twists and
Almost like a
stop the
garrote.
bleeding.
Yeah.
Go
Is the
for the
person-
garrote. And
Is the person
and
like
you see-
circling the drain? It's like,
there
is it touch and go?
There's some. You can see that they react to pain. They don't open their eyes, but they react, so they're still alive, and they do react to pain. So
Being an egotistical and also a bit overly focused on his own survival, he's not really one who enjoys watching others in pain. So while she is taking care of his hand, I think I'm gonna reach deep into my robe of useful items and pull out a healing potion.
yeah.
And she found one spoon. Is there any other spoons around here?
You do, as you look around, you see there are some spoons. You seem to, but you also now start to sort of the smell of burnt flesh, and you can see where now most of the hand is. It is straight
Cooking.
up in. Yes, it's cooking, just in an iron pot, and not fancily and well, it's some fat and a hand just lying in the pot and just getting burnt.
Ooh. Oh, I'll just take it off before I do anything else. Like, just silently glad that we don't have to worry about it sneaking up on us and stabbing us in the back. And looking around, find like a zib and like take it out of the bag and it's lying on the counter. Yeah, I think we have to write that one off. And then he'll walk back and he'll gently open the unconscious person's mouth and pour some healing potion in and see if he can get it down.
Yeah. You're able to feed this person the healing potion, and you can see that almost immediately some of the color starts to returning to this very pale face person. It is a half-elf man lying there. Seem to have, remnants of some leather armor on them. That they seem to be an adventurer of sorts as well. Because
Well, we knew they were fated in
Yeah.
the area, so it probably is one of them. Careful, don't try to move or speak. We'll help you. Just gently take the potion. It will do wonders. Well, should at that price.
Can't help himself. Can't help himself.
no, can never.
Just one moment. I'm just gonna one receipt for one healing potion. Let's
Leave
I
the voice.
literally look at him like dumbfounded.
Oh, no, nothing. And when it's done with a potion, heal. Ah well, I'll just use the bottle for something else. Puts it back in the robe of useful items.
Yep.
Let's move him to the couch. Is there a bed or a couch or something? Or some sort of furniture you can lie on? Table, for that matter.
There is a table. You look
Yeah,
around.
let's move into the
There's
table.
no bed. There is no couch. There does seem to be, when you look around, you do find a coffin.
Of course we do.
Ah, so it's actually so it's just not a reserved place. Well, we're not going to put him in the coffin because that's morbid.
No,
Let's put him on the
that
table.
would be horrendous.
Waking up from their death already in the coffin, just making sure.
I would
I'm
like to point out,
carrying-
without the healing potion, it's probably where he would have ended up.
I'm carrying the individual,
No,
obviously.
I don't think you need
but-
help. I think you can carry it off.
Yeah.
No, I'm
on your
looking at him
own.
like,
Bump.
Orpheus, can you get a hold of Baast? And
Yeah,
find
sure.
if she can.
Yeah, I'll go out and look for them.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's still nighttime outside, or did it dissipate when the vampire died?
We need to figure that out, but I still feel that we need to get together.
Yeah, I'll go out and see if they're there. I mean, there might be. She did talk about a father. There might be another vampire lurking about somewhere.
I do not like us being so spread out, not in communication with each other. I don't
I'll
want
go and
to
look
have
for them.
arms.
Say no more.
ripped off.
Orpheus to the rescue once again. And he walks out.
And I'm like,
As the two of you sort of been really focused on this person, you've forgotten about the werewolf for a moment. And now it's quiet. Eerily
Awesome.
quiet.
awesome. I'm so into it. That's
He
fine.
walks out.
And yeah, as you're about to walk out, you can see the werewolf standing in front of you,
Oh, come on now.
Wait, weren't
but
you in the...
looking at the person and then looking to you, and then sort of stepping aside, seeing as you were about to head out, and seemed to sort of nod towards you.
You... And he walks out like squeezing walking sideways at the door, like it's close to the door. As
The crab dance.
Yeah.
Adeema, why don't you talk with our new friend here? And then he gets out.
I get up and I obviously I hold my hand on one of my weaponry and
Yeah.
I look at it.
You can see that it's seemed to be sort of struggling with itself, as it's trying to calm down, and there's clearly some inner struggle. Especially, and you can think, with the amount of blood smell
Yeah.
in this hut as well, probably doesn't help. But it doesn't seem to want to attack, and you realize it probably wanted to get out.
I
There's
would,
some part of it that wanted to help it, but it's also, if it got out and got there, there's a chance that they wanted to help, but if the beast took over,
Yeah.
they're...
then if the moonlight is keeping you locked in your cursed stage, there's mere yards to sunlight. Perhaps that might help your rage.
It looks at you and sort of just snarls, and then...
I shift like fuck, come on.
And you see it sort of almost sort of just starts by pushing its own head towards the door, and then goes out, and as it steps out past Orpheus, it lets out just a howl, and as it just staggers outwards, and
Yeah, well, then I kneel on my knees going, oh, Jesus. God. Okay,
And when he's
nobody
like,
saw
and
that.
when
Nobody
it's
saw
like
that.
away,
Yeah.
Orpheus looks down. Mend.
And it seemed just getting out of the hut and sort of as it starts stepping towards where the sun is, it's already starting to sort of start shrinking down. But as it gets out, and you can see it hits the sunlight, it just drops to his knees and turns back into a person.
Okay, so before we pick that up, as they went in and I stayed outside, instead of following them in, I would have done a retcon around the hut to see if there was any other opening, if there was anything else on the other side of the hut that we hadn't seen, just to kind of see if there was any hidden danger that was around the hut. If I could do like a perception check or an investigation, just
you
me
can-
checking around.
You can do either of those if you want to.
I'll do investigation then. 19.
19, yeah.
Yes.
Going around, you do find that there's two windows in the back. One with sort of heavy iron bars, which you think might probably lead to the cell that's been talked about, and the other one with a curtain over it. When looking around, you do see there is a few mounds of dirt that seem to be sort of recently disturbed. But you find no danger, and these mounds of dirt, with a 19, you see that two of them, approximately, people-sized. The one much larger, and then one that seemed to. It would be weird if this was also like a creature buried here, because it seemed more sort of like a round hole, and sort of the mound doesn't really.
But they're covered.
Yeah, they're covered
with
yeah.
dirt. I'll take my short sword and I'll poke into them.
Yep.
Just to see if I hear anything, if I just feel dirt, or if it hits anything that is buried underneath.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it methodically. I'm kind of just randomly.
Yeah, with the larger ones, you just seem to hit dirt, which indicates something. If there's something buried here, it's further down.
Mm-hmm.
But in the smaller mound, round one, you do poke in and actually hit something metallic.
Okay, I'll dig it up.
Yeah. So you start digging, and you actually one of the first things you hit is a dagger, and there seem to probably be some equipment just buried here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can take some time if you want to sit digging there to get up.
Yeah, I
You're
think.
getting loot. You're getting loot.
Yeah, I think my interest is definitely peaked. So I think I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Shiny things.
So as you work on that, Wren, what are you doing?
Poor Red.
I just put my my hood up and just like sitting with holding my knees and stroking Daisy and feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah, Daisy Daisy drops a few flowers in your lap.
I'm probably just like make a little crown out of it and puts it on top of Daisy's head. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I'm doing.
Do I see these? Do you see either of them at that?
Yeah. The two of you outside.
It's my stealth cloak, so I don't know.
There's Daisy. There's Baast. Now where's that little halfling gone to? Oh well, I'll walk over to Baast.
Yeah. The two of you also do hear the howl of the werewolf, and
Yeah, I'm assuming we're catching up to that.
Yeah.
As soon as I'll hear that, I will drop whatever I'm doing, running around with like drawn bow.
Yeah.
I don't think he's hostile. I think he's pining for the moon. Well, what have you found? And where did Wren go? Did she run all the way away?
Can I also just move outside? Because
Yeah.
if he's run off, up this like the person is laid, wherever.
So I'll kind of come around. I'll have my bone drawn, and as soon as I see the werewolf turning back into a
Yeah,
person,
you
I'll
see him
just
staring
sheathe
out.
it.
You come around just as he's sort of turning back into
Yeah.
his
I'll
human
just
form.
put back the arrow and kind of hang the bow around me. The fuck is this?
Yeah, he managed
What's
to
going
get
on?
out.
Well,
There's
Oh
a
no,
That was the
we
noise?
there was another wounded man. Well, actually, wounded half elf in the cabin. We treated his wound and stabilized him, and I believe that mollified the werewolf.
okay. Where's Bran?
Where is Wren?
I don't know.
I'll
That
just shout.
The
Ren,
the little eating and pooping machine is over there, but where Bren is, I'm not sure.
Ren, hey, whatever happened there, I'm not gonna get into it. We are not entirely out of danger yet, so I'd prefer if we all stuck together as much as possible.
What?
Yes, exactly what he said.
Do I see what he was doing? Like what is found? Like bust, mounds of dirt.
No, because that would be sort of on the
Yeah,
backside.
okay.
of the cabin.
I probably threw that out as I came around.
Okay.
I found some things in the back, some hidden loot. Didn't have time to dig much further. We can check that out as soon as we know
Okay, yeah, I'll check it
a
out
little more
later.
that.
We also
Well-
need this.
Yeah,
Not
you two.
like-
No, actually, you Baast, look for Wren. You Adeema, help me find out whatever talisman is keeping this perpetual night spell working.
Well, wizard, do your wizardy thingy.
Well, follow me.
Cool.
If
And,
I had gone to wizard school, I would be in a great.
I'll spend some time again ritually casting detect magic.
Yep.
Inside, because guessing it is inside the cabin, so we'll start inside.
Baast, could you give me a perception check with disadvantage?
Okay. Can I? Because I was gonna ask if I could do like a survival and see if I could track her.
He's probably also he can probably hear it if he moves closer, like.
Stop.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see how quickly he sort of.
Sorry,
Caesar.
perception with disadvantage. Cool. Okay.
I guess magic item stuff.
14.
14. There's something on the stump that's not quite right, and when you walk towards, you can sort of hear that, and then you do recognize that Wren's cloak, when she puts that up, makes her harder to see. But on top of this stump, it would be weird if there was like a little bush or a rock here. So
Very
But
cute
yes.
bush.
Wren's
Were you
eyes.
hiding on the stump?
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
He said it. Yes, I'll be there.
Cool. Okay, so you're sitting on there.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of come around. I'll see the kind of the bushy bits, and I kind of come around.
and you see Daisy there, sort of trying to eat the flower crown on her head.
Okay. I'll kind of pick up a little flower and give to Daisy. And come around to Wren. And Wren, you okay? I saw there was some altercation there. I mean,
I don't think she likes me anymore.
Oh, wow.
has
I don't know what I did. But she stabbed me. She did.
Are you, emotional bits aside, are you physically okay? Or do you need a healing potion?
No.
Can I do a medicine check just to see if I can see any blood, any bleeding, if she's okay?
Yeah, roll medicine check.
You can roll medicine check, and Adeema can roll 5d8 emotional damage.
Oh!
5, I'm not
I
super
was
good
mine.
in medicine.
Fucking rape.
She doesn't know.
Oh, I tried to tell her, she ran off.
Baast, you do see quite a lot of blood, but then... so there's a moment of, oh shit, she's really hurt. But then you do remember seeing that she did some healing, and this, you're not sure. You don't think it's still bleeding, but you
Yeah.
can't really tell how hurt she
No.
is. But she's not actively bleeding. The blood isn't
No.
getting. It's not getting more of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Gushing.
And she looks okay enough.
It's not spraying out of her.
Yeah, there's no Kill
Thanks,
Bill situation.
thanks.
No.
All of
Okay.
all of you all, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just straight up, Monty Python and the Black Knight missing an
Yeah.
arm and just like, nah, it's fine.
It's just a flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound.
So I kind of have like a little. I'm looking over quick. It's like, okay, you seem well enough. But I mean, has that ever happened before? I've traveled
No.
with you guys for a while now,
No.
right? And I don't think. Well, I think
But
you
why
know that
would
you
she
didn't
do
necessarily.
that?
Well, you dabble in magic, right?
Why?
You know of some mind-altering magics. This spells that can make people do all kinds of things.
No, Adeema's above that. Nothing can touch her like that. She is unbreakable. And that's
True,
why it hurts
in most
so
cases.
much.
Okay,
Because it
so
must have been. I must have done something, and I don't know what it was.
can you think of any possible thing that you could have done in order for her to do that to you
I
in the
didn't polish her
middle?
armor yesterday, and I
That's
put too many
fine.
flowers in her hair, and I did a braiding that she didn't like.
I
Maybe
think
that's
she
why.
actually likes that. She just can't admit it because she's very macho.
No, she's like a lady.
I mean,
Not
She's
a lady.
the most beautiful lady.
sure, but she's also, very, very,
That's just her godliness.
Oh, damn.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we can talk about putting people on a pedestal in a separate conversation. We don't, but for this
Did she
situation,
tell you any? Did you say anything like? Did you?
no, listen. We haven't had time for a full therapeutic breakdown of this yet. But what I am gonna say though, it was in the middle of a battle, and what she did was also following something uttered and done by the vampire. That, as far as I could see, was targeted towards Adeema. Now, I'm not exactly sure what effect that had on her, but I've traveled with you guys long enough that I can't see any reasonable reason why Adeema would have done anything like that towards you, unless she was compelled on some sort of spell or magical effect above what she was capable of fighting off. And I mean, she's very capable of a lot of things, but magic is not one of those things.
That's why I love her.
Because she's not good at magic?
Take that back. And I'll get up. And I'll kind of like make a little aggressive pose. Take that back.
Well, this is progress. I'm thinking to myself. It's like, well, I mean, have you ever seen her cast a spell? Has she ever solved anything to do with magic? Why do we think we call on Orpheus every time something happens?
But she
Who triggered the scarecrow back in?
she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she would have if we knew that it wasn't
She
a
hit
magic
it
trigger?
the same way she hit me.
Okay, so if she was targeted by magic now and the scarecrow was targeted by magic then, maybe that isn't her strong suit.
What does
It's
that have
it's
to do
it's
with
cool
me?
to not be. It's good to not be good at anything. Like, it's fine. You don't have to be good at everything.
Yeah, you do.
We hear in the distance.
In the
As
back
after
of your mind.
swig of ale. It's like, fuck yeah, you do.
I don't know about
She-
you guys,
she,
but
she can do anything she sets her mind to.
Okay, so I reckon one of those things would probably be, should be apologizing to you profusely.
Yes.
Profusely.
No.
I know English.
No. I should be apologizing to her, perhaps.
For what?
Perhaps I should.
For what? For not dodging?
How dare you bleed on my blade?
I got it on my cloak.
I don't know.
Listen,
Is she
Wren,
okay?
I mean, she's fine. My issue now is that you're putting yourself far below her, to the point
I am
where
below
you're
her.
making excuses for her hitting you in combat,
She
but
is,
you're
like,
still mad at her
there,
hitting you in
and I'm
combat.
down here.
Well, length has nothing to do with it. She's fucking tiny where she's come from.
Ouch!
I'll kick him in the shin or whatever.
Yeah, good. Anger we can work with.
You don't know what she's done.
What?
She... Don't insult her like that. Now you apologize to her.
No, I'm more. Listen,
You go over to her and apologize.
I'm
or I
getting
will tell
I'm getting
on you.
annoyed at both of you. Wren,
God, I
listen.
love therapist Baast.
Who knew a ranger would be Dr. Phil in the woods?
Yeah.
How do
I
you make
need
things
you to
better?
start
By
getting
making it
excited
worse!
about your life.
It's a plus
He's not
five
Dr.
to
Phil,
therapy.
he's full on Jerry Springer.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
apparently much the same result. Violence.
Listen, Wren, you don't need to put yourself that low beneath her, you know? Also, this was, as far as I understand, I'm not on Orpheus level of magic, but as far as I could tell, I saw panic in her eyes as soon as she attacked you, and the spell kind of went off. She seemed to
What
fight it off as
spell?
much as he could. How about you speak to her before you assume why she did anything?
I'll kick the stump.
That's fair.
Okay.
In any case, we need to crack on and see if we're actually still safe in this area before we continue. And I'd prefer that we all were together when we did that.
Can I do a perception check and see if there's any berry bushes nearby?
Yeah, go for it.
Do I take any damage from the chin kick? Because
No.
I'll let it happen.
Yeah, no, it's
That's an 11. So
It's one hell of a shin kick if I took damage.
yeah. Also,
Boom!
if you kick someone in the shin with, and to the point where they're hurt, you're also hurt. So that would hurt both of you. And
I
I'm
mean,
not
it's not
gonna
like
do
she's
that.
wearing shoes, so after that.
Yes,
Yeah.
you need steel tip shoes for now. That not.
Yeah.
okay.
Or be a monk.
Well, you do see a berry bush, which is now half eaten by Daisy.
Okay.
Nom, nom,
Well,
nom.
I'll turn my way and I'll be right there. And I try to be very proud, and I will shimmy my way over to the berry bush and pick some berries.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, I will move towards the gang.
Yeah.
Head down.
I'll walk over to Orpheus and Adeema.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
And while this happened, Orpheus was ritual casting detect magic, and
Yes.
right before their thing resolves, your detect magic goes through, and you can see there's a few magical things in here.
There's several
One-
traces of the Titan Nullig's powers in here, I can see. Something comes from over here. And he walks towards whatever.
Yeah, you can see actually the sort of iron cast pot that you're cooking the hand in is
Awesome.
magical.
Actually,
And
this
then you can
pot is
also,
magical.
when you look around, there's something very magical but it's obscured by the coffin. And as you go around, you can see a mirror hanging on the wall. Quite small mirror, but there is definitely a strong enchantment magic coming from this. And you with the magic outside, you get sort of the same feeling from this mirror.
Great. That's probably the one responsible for it. That's that in the pot. Was there anything else that felt magical?
There is something in the boot of the wounded person who's about to become conscious, or actually something in his boot and the boots themselves.
Yeah, well, if he hadn't pulled through, that would be one thing. But since he's still technically alive, that would be robbery. So
We only steal from corpses.
Yeah. Then
Hey,
it's
I believe this-
adventuring. If they're alive,
believe
it's
this,
robbery.
I do believe this mirror is the culprit for the night. I'm not 100% sure yet how best to destroy it or if make it unfunction, but I could try to identify the magic if that's needed. But let me just study it fast a little bit.
I look at
I'm
him
gonna
and then
roll.
I punch the mirror.
You punch the mirror, making Orpheus immediately drop it, just with the power of the punch, and just falls.
I don't think
and
we should
sort
drop. I think it flies out of his hand.
of- Yeah, and it
I
just
want to break it.
and it just clatters on the ground, unbroken.
Well, that was
It's
unexpected.
a magical mirror. It would be
I know,
a poor magical mirror if it break just for anything. Let me
What
analyze
if
it a
I
little bit.
stomp on it? I get my big ass foot ready to go.
Oh dear God.
Well, if you're gonna do something magical, Orpheus, you better get freaking to it.
I'll
my
roll
foot-
Arcana first, but see if I need to
Yeah.
consult it
threatening
with,
him with my big
knowledge
ass
without
foot.
resulting to identify. Come on. There, rolled.
We're like brother and sister. constantly
23. No, 22.
23.
22. No, 22. 22 actually.
Yeah, it's since it is enchanted, just kicking and punching it probably won't break it. But with like using a magical weapon on it, probably is gonna break it because it's
And breaking it
you
would
know-
destroy the magical spell.
yes, breaking this would break the spell.
I walk over,
And-
pick up the pot. Here, Adeema, why don't you try this? And I hand it to her, and then I walk backwards slowly away from the
I
scene.
legit look at him and then I pull out my flaming sword. Poke.
And as you just poke it and put a little bit of pressure, it immediately cracks and just sort of
And
you
then
see
I'm
it
like,
spiders out. And
I hand him
suddenly
his pot back.
daylight. And suddenly you can see daylight now coming in the door. Oh.
Excellent.
It's strange that you went for this. I give him the eyes and I give him the pot back.
It's magical. Can I try to find out what? I'll try to find out, identify what magic it is. I'll spend some
Yeah.
minutes doing that.
Yeah, with a 22, I'm not going to make you sit here and identify it, but because you can read the runes and such, and it's a very simple spell. And it's that anything cooked in this pot will be nutritious and taste good.
Nutritious and delicious.
You can make some really good food using this pot. However,
Yeah.
considering when it was last used to prepare, I think I'll
And-
pass.
There's a small clause of it has to be edible, you know, so you can't
Oh,
put
yeah.
dirt in it,
No.
and you know, but yeah, anything edible, even if you're
I can
horrible
probably
chef.
sell it. I'll put it in my robes.
Yeah, it's loot.
Oh, get in there. In between the two ladders. Dunk. Oh, well.
Clink, 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 clink. Yes. Katrina.
Huh?
That's a secret
That's a
sign
secret-
for
it's a
for
secret
pee
sign.
break.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry.
Not secret anymore.
I mean, very
I
secret.
didn't know, but
I'm
no
going
more
to be
secrets.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm gonna be so discreet. I'm so happy
Yes,
with
and
this.
I'm just
He's like,
calling you out on it. But
what
with
do
that,
you want?
You need a
With
piss,
that
Katrina.
call-
Is that what you're saying?
Need a pee
with
break.
that call out, we're gonna have a short break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you guys. At all.
Okay, we can cut in. You can edit this however you want because you have the power.
I'm
Leave
editing
it
Yeah.
in.
I'm
Yeah.
editing. I'm editing it out. Out.
Leave
And
it in.
We're just gonna have a small break, and we'll be right back.
I'm getting a drink. I'm not peeing. I'm
Yeah.
a lady.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hi and welcome back, and we are going to jump straight in where now this mirror has been broken, and as both Baast and Wren is approaching approaching this little hut, and as you getting close, because you've stepped into where the nighttime is, and suddenly it fades, and the daylight suddenly shines.
Oh, good, great. And I shout out to the hut. Orpheus, is that you?
Yes. Be
Well,
careful
excellent.
when you walk in here. There's broken glass everywhere.
I destroyed the culprit of the magical charade.
Yep,
Where
she
is
destroyed
the
it.
werewolf now, compared to us? Sorry.
He's just been sitting sort of on his knees just outside where this magical field was, and sort of just been sitting. You can see he just looking down at his own hands, and there's seemed to be like despair on his face.
I can relate.
Should we as I come closer to the party, should we like talk to that guy? Are we? What are we doing?
But probably should. I look at Wren.
Head down. I'm not.
Okay, I sit down. I kneel. Wren.
I'll extend my hands that are now filled with, I don't know, berries.
I grab them and I look them. Wren.
I'm sorry.
What?
Peace
You're sorry?
offering.
Orpheus, we should probably leave these two for a while. I don't know.
Go check with the man.
Yeah, I'll catch you up.
Oh, we walk with a man.
A little one. I would cut off my own arm before I would harm you.
Do you have your arm, so no? That's...
The creature.
Did you cut his arm? For
I
me?
I cut off the head for you,
I'm
dearest.
confused.
It put a magical trickery that even me and my great intellect could not fight back.
I thought I'd done something.
Oh, you have never. Except for when it's teachable moment, but this is not one of them. And when have I taught you a teachable moment with a blade? Stern
now.
words. No. You know better, Wren. I would never harm you.
No, you wouldn't.
This is
You
a
wouldn't
teachable
hurt
moment,
the
little
mouse
one.
if you...
This is a teachable moment. Now
Exactly,
we know
you just
that-
said you would.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. If you
Well,
poked me, it was a teachable.
no. The teachable moment is that vampire can corrupt even the most smartest person with their magics. I would never harm you.
But you...
I swear, and the cloak goes very madly fabulous. On the name of my forefathers and my legacy, that I will never ever harm you. And I will cut.
Again.
Again. I would rather pluck out my own eyes.
No, don't do that.
Then you know the seriousness of this teachable moment, Wren. I get up and I look into the horizon because we are
so
fated
confused.
and we are set for glorious adventures. And we will get the starry-eyed man, Wren. You and me and the other two.
But
And the
most of
moment
you-
is broken by sort of just coughing from the table and this person lying there.
I hold her little face. You are set for greatness. And I will be your guide to this greatness.
It's a fucking dick.
I know.
She's such a dick.
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't understand how you would allow me to travel with you. You are so humble and mighty.
And you can also be humble and mighty, Wren. We will walk this path together. Let's see if we can help this
Okay.
fated fellow traveler.
How wounded does he look?
These two need so much help.
Oh yeah, that.
It's so much to unpack.
I'm trying to be serious, but this is the character. She is a bit shitty.
It's so much to unpack.
We would need like 4 full seasons of therapy for these.
Oh, and a
characters.
licensed therapist as a character.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
This is a level 17 therapist.
So sorry.
He
Bit
casts,
of a
and how do
thing.
you feel about that?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know if it's helpful for Wren to can. I guess she can do like an inside check to see if she believes Adeema, right? Like that's a thing you can do.
I would
Yes.
never. How dare you? She speaks the truth.
I think,
Duh.
with the character and how she idolizes, I don't think there is an inside check to be
Well, I
made because she
guess.
just, you know,
Yeah.
when you travel with.
law.
One
you-
thing
this
is to
also
meet
should-
your heroes, another is to
No,
travel with them and
But
still
this
be.
is also playing up
blind.
on. I'm just gonna say because you can't. It's probably very, very obvious that my character has a very low self-esteem. She has like a little man complex, so
Yeah.
that's why she has this insane
Jesus.
need to self assurement.
Mhm. Project.
Yeah, project massive.
Yes.
It's massive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
Yes.
That's why I
Yeah.
play it like
Yeah.
that because she has like she always short.
You're
She always
selling
coming up
yourself short.
But
Don't
yes,
do that.
as Baast and Orpheus, as you go out, you see the person still just sitting there.
Tell you, Baast, that halfling has an unhealthy attachment to the giant.
Yeah. I mean, did you travel with them before I joined up?
Yeah, I met him a short while before we met you.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm
So
assuming...
yes, it's always been like this. I find it best not to question it too much, but it does go on my nerves a little bit. Well, excuse me, sir. Are you? I won't say all right given the circumstances, but are you okay?
Hello?
He's just sitting there and just look. I've done horrible things.
Oh no, the werewolf in you did the horrible things, not you.
I've been able to control it for so many years,
It's
and
the,
then
The werewolfy bit.
yes, I am. Just one conversation, and I had no control anymore.
no, vampires have that ability to take over other people's minds and make them do things they do not want to do.
The vampire didn't do that.
Ah, even worse then. You've met a greater foe than the vampire, the one we seek. The Star-Eyed Man.
As you say that, he looks up on you. It was like looking into the sky, into eternity. And in that moment, I got lost and the beast took over.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I could only
He's
watch
an agent
as
of
I
chaos.
killed
Must be
my
stopped.
fellow man.
How many were you?
We were 5 when we set out. And he looks back toward the hut. Will he make it?
I heard coughing, so I think so.
I think he will survive, yes. I mean, he will be a bit maimed, but he looks like he will be able to pull through.
It'll be a hand shorter, but you know, he'll live.
So, did you bite him, or?
No, he was the only one I didn't take out. He was about to... He got away and I was hunting him, and as I caught up to him, he stunned me for a moment with his magics, and then suddenly the magic lost grip, and right before I got to myself, this woman was there. And then she got in the head of the beast. And suddenly I was in a cell. It's...
Did
I
you recognize her as a vampire when you were in your werewolf form?
Oh, she smelled like death.
Okay.
Yes.
You mustn't blame yourself. Far greater men than you have fallen to the whims and the evil influences of the Starry Man.
She kept telling me we were gonna get married.
Yes, she appeared to
Yeah,
be a
she-
bit insane.
And he just looks really confused and just sort of trying to piece it all together.
Yeah, I don't think you admitted to anything that you don't remember. That was probably all on her own delusion. But where so
But you
when,
did talk about her father. You didn't see another vampire around or smell him, did you?
No, by the smells, there hasn't been anybody else around. Well,
She might have lied about the father, or she might indeed
Not
be in
undead,
league with the
at
Star-Eyed
least.
Man.
well,
So-
with things like that, their perspective of time gets warped as well, since they...
Ah, yes, the whole living for eternity bit.
GM,
Yeah.
are we in Goodfield now, or are we still on the way to Goodfield?
Oh, Goodfield, no, that was the farm.
That was
Yeah.
farm. We were on the
That
way to
was the
Wolf Peak.
farm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we
was
are.
Goodfield farm.
Okay.
We were
This is
going-
a bit of a detour to get to Wolf Peak.
Yeah.
Wolf Peak, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, okay. So I'll address the man again. Are you by any chance headed to Wolf's Peak or traveling on your way to Wolf's Peak?
That's where it happened. That's where I lost control.
But that's not where you returned. You have been like this for a while. Am I correct?
Yes, it's a curse that's run through the family, but with the right help and training and medicines, there's way to keep control, even when turning. It's been of great use for a long time, and of course, when we heard that there was trouble in areas, and especially around areas where ingredients from people of my ailment are made, I saw it as something that needed to go, but it seemed like a trap, as we got there, and the only thing there was a raven was watching us for a while.
That little impious.
Yeah, we've
And
seen the
one-
same.
And during the night, when I was sitting watch, out of the shadows walked this man that you speak of.
So what did he look like apart from the eyes?
He was a cloaked figure, and as I looked into him, it was an old face. But more than that, I didn't really catch on to before I, well, lost control. I could still feel him for quite a while and feel his presence, and in my dreams I heard him speak of the days to come, and that it would all soon make sense.
He's planning something.
So you turned at Wolf Peak, or lost control at Wolf Peak,
Yes.
and then made your way here somehow.
Well, I was hunting my friend, and on the way, the vampire caught me and brought me here. along with the friend that she then started, well, mutilating.
Okay. Well, I'm very sorry for your ill fortune. Did you have any plans on further travel, or is there anything we can aid you in shortly before we're heading off? Obviously, we're doing what we can to save your friend in there, but is there anything you need?
You have done for me what you can, and I thank you so much for it.
Don't
Of
mention it.
saving me and saving my friend. I will spend the rest of my days trying to make up for what I've done.
Well, you know, we pass it along. Do something nice for someone else.
Will you be able to control yourself when night comes again for real?
Yes, that shouldn't be
Good.
much of a
Good.
problem.
Because then your friend will be safe with you. But I also believe, dear Baast, that we should rest up here before we continue our journey. I will be in
I
no
agree.
fight. I will be not much use against the starred man in my current condition. I have burned through too much of my medical powers this day. I need rest.
Yeah, okay. I think
There
that
is
sounds like...
something I would like to give to you. Something I had on me, but managed to hide in the cell.
Okay.
And
Anything
go
that can aid in a quest will be greatly appreciated.
on. Yes, it is. It is in ways two things. One that holds another, one that is made to keep things hidden, and it'll be easier to show you. Could we go back inside now, or
Yes,
is
yes.
that still going?
Yeah.
No,
I
just
think it's
just
fine.
give me just give me a little second, and I'll just fix something. And Orpheus runs like
Lifts up his robe and runs.
Yeah, yep. Hit him with something and run back to the. And he, okay, let's try to get away with some of the blood in here. And he gets a cloth and waves it around, using mand to whisk away some of the blood so it doesn't smell too much.
Yeah.
Can we just interact before he comes in?
Yeah.
And I have a technical question before we
Yeah.
talk, or whatever we're doing inside. My little spirit goat, is that still around? Or is that poof vanished because of time and stuff? I can't
No,
remember how...
Due to time that has passed, I think it
Okay.
lasts for about 10 minutes.
So it's still around?
No.
No, okay. I don't know how long time. Does the man look very injured?
His arm is off.
Well, apart from the obvious
Missing hand.
it does seem to, there is, you can see there's like teeth mark in one of the shoulders, and does have some scrapes and wounds, but nothing that's sort of seems serious. And you can see that he's sort of starting to open his eyes.
There's teeth marks, like
But I'm just
werewolf
like,
teeth
I'm
marks.
just
No, the
wondering
vampire
if I
bitten.
should heal him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If he looks super wounded, I would.
Yeah, if you do put some healing in him, he will wake up.
Okay,
is
I
that-
will do that. I'll do
Yep.
Kurun's
Yeah,
second level?
first level would be.
First level is fine. Okay, cool.
Did werewolves, was it by
Did I
bite?
cast? What? Why didn't it do that?
No, I think
that
the
was-
vampire bit him. Drank
Oh,
from him during.
Okay, 6. I heal him for
Yes.
6.
And you can see that he just takes a deep breath and opens his eyes and just and it's about to sort of
Can I have
do
my
this.
hands on him?
Yeah, it's about to sort of take his face, and then there's just
Nope.
Oh,
and he just opens his eyes and like, shit.
I'm so sorry. It
I
wasn't
stand
me.
over him, yeah. Well, fellow faded, I hope you do wield.
Fuck.
I
Looks at
tap
his-
him on the shoulder.
Looks at his left hand. Well, no time like the present to learn. Well, not the present, but
You know, but that's the spirit. The road we have chosen to travel is not easy.
no, not for anyone. And well, missing hands but still alive is, still alive.
You were nearly food to the beast. The vampire beast, that is.
Could we cauterize it maybe with your big sword and stuff? Maybe
Well,
that
if
could
this,
help.
I treat him as a hero faded. It's like, well, if the fellow faded is up for a bit of,
Probably
You see,
didn't,
he literally
I'll
take.
put like a
Yeah, he-
spoon.
No,
his
as you
mouth.
do that, he
Oh.
because he has his own leather armor, he just bites into that and sort of holds the stump out.
well, pray to whatever titan you hold dear. And then I scorch. I put the blade.
Yeah, and he just screams through his gritted teeth. And it's... I was about to say, there's already the smell of burnt flesh in here, so,
Cooking.
yeah, just some more now.
But I kind of feel like, is this a type warrior type? Because I kind of feel like he's a bit of a badass.
He reminds you of a warrior, but,
No,
It
a rogue
seems-
esque.
no, not rogue. It does seem like a warrior, but not since he's wearing leather, so he's probably more of. He does seem like a fighter, but probably like a dexterity-based fighter instead.
Yeah, I
of,
don't
like, a
think it's
strength-based.
yeah, not a tank, but he's
No,
on
but he
a-
looks hardy as well, so he looks
Yeah,
like
that's-
he can.
Yeah, I don't treat him as a kitten. I
No.
tap him on the shoulder and say, "There you go. You'll make your forebears proud."
Yeah, and he sort of just sits up onto the table and just like.
The dwarves make excellent digits,
take
don't
my
they?
flask.
What do they call those fake hands?
I'll give him my flask.
Prosthetics?
One of those ones. Maybe you can get one in silver.
Daniel, was
Yeah.
was one of the windows covered by cloth, like
Yeah, well, the curtains on
Okay.
all of the. All
I'll
windows.
take one of the curtains down and I'll scoop the hand into it and then like make it into a little like improvised sack and then I'll walk with him. Here, in case you'd like to hold a burial.
He
I would
looks
advise
at it
against.
like-
I would advise against opening it. It's not a pleasant sight, but I mean,
I look at him again, going,
He just shakes his. He doesn't even take. He just shakes his head like.
I'll go out and bury it then.
I lean
He
down.
holds his hands up. Not good with a shovel.
When he goes out with Orpheus thinks, too bad I'm not a necromantic. He could have been useful.
I do pardon his social skills. He is a wizard.
And he
Something
sort
to drink?
he reaches his hand out and then and then the other hand. You see, there's just a muscle memory. It's clearly his dominant hand who's missing.
Well, it's just been a couple of minutes, really.
Takes a good swig and just like, thank you. It's
Daisy made it. It wasn't me. I just carry it.
That still I find a little bit troubling. Orpheus,
I'm not
is
gonna ask
Baast
questions.
in there?
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of standing towards the wall, I think. I reckon I just kind of snuck in and stand behind the wall.
What did the former, well, the lupine?
Well, he's obviously distraught, and seems like they were more to their traveling party than just these two. They seem to have lost 3 people on the way, and he seems to think that he's responsible for it. He might be, but I don't know if that's true or not. Also, they did run into Starad Man, and I kind of let them know what we talked about.
I slam my hand in something that breaks, and that bastard, that vile, chaotic, evil creature.
Well, we do seem like we're well on our way.
But how can we protect ourselves if he can do that?
Frank, I don't fucking know. To be honest, I don't know. It's and I guess like you kind of see a little like Baast is kind of throwing his hands up, and the semi-stoicism that he kind of wears on his face kind of cracks a little bit. And
I don't like that. I like him always calm.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you said. So what can we do? That's like the first. It's like, well, this is above. Fuck, I kind of thought I signed on to that kind of thing, but not really saying it. Just kind of saying. Honestly, I don't know. Right now I don't really know. I think Orpheus suggests that we spend the night here and recuperate and make some sort of a
agree.
plan.
But he said he looked into the starry-eyed man's eyes.
Yeah, and it was
So we've
like.
seen him.
But
Yeah,
is that important? Orpheus, you're a wizard. Is eye contact, is that what we need to shy away from?
Well, certainly some medical, some people have medical powers, or creatures have medical powers that requires eyesight in a line of sight in order to engage it. But I think we should be worried less about that right now and more. Listen, if there's anything more you can tell us. You talked about an item you wanted to show us, good traveler, fated one.
Yes, and sort of from the door, just standing right outside the door, this man standing. Yes, he walks in and looks at his companion, and he just You see the guy on the table holds his hand and be like, "Don't blame yourself for this. Don't."
Before we do
I look
all
at
this,
Wren.
before we do all this, introductions. I feel like that's in order. Name.
I'm terribly sorry. Just the guy on the table just takes the order.
No. All good. We've had a fair amount to think about.
Yes, I am Dara.
Dara, pleasure. Name's Baast.
This is my friend
Wren.
Brisbane. He sort of points over to the.
Adeema Strongjaw.
And I am Orpheus the Magus, and I have spent years mastering the powers of the Titan No-Leg, and my task is to perceive and control the delicate arrangement of the cosmos.
You see just both Brisbane and Dara sort of share a look, and they both sort of get a little solemn and a little sad for a moment, just like, all wizards, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a bit of a hit and miss, our wizard, but you know, good in a pinch.
Yeah. Brisbane goes
Well,
to
aren't we all, really?
sort of the cell cage. Many things have called it, and sort of goes and sort of starts moving a plank that's a little bit loose, and takes out a ring. Puts on the ring and then says some words, and suddenly he holds a scroll.
Okay.
He takes the scroll and gives it to Orpheus, and then takes the ring and holds it out. I will like to give you this as well. It's a ring that can hold something small, something usually that if you can carry it in one hand without trouble, you can store it in this ring.
I'll look at the ring. It won't fit me, will it, with my big hand?
As you look at it, and he looks to it is magical, so it will adapt to whoever decides to carry it. It's,
But if nobody else is snatching for it, you know, I'm going to snatch it, because I think I am an imaginary leader of this crew. So I'm like, well, it should be kept in capable, safe hands. I will reach for it if nobody else is going for it.
No, I think probably Gorf is probably busy studying the scroll.
I'm going.
yeah.
No, well, then I snatch it.
Yeah, take it. That's awfully kind of you.
And from the guy on the table, well, and you did save my life, and so just starts patting around, and
No, I mean, stop. Just that's good. I mean, this is what we do. This is what you guys do.
But come on now, Baast, we shouldn't deny the man gratitude.
Well, I mean, he gave us good information, and he's gonna help us survive the night. I think we're good.
He
But
takes
we are
out
to fight
a
the
small
star-eyed
little
man.
metal cylinder that looks highly intricate and gnomish in design. Gnomes are known for sort of their tinkering and such.
I would say we do the man honor as a fellow faded. Our quest is their quest, and if they can give our resources for us to be successful, why should we be so high on our high horses not to accept?
I mean,
And
if
also, in a way, because this only has 2 charges left, so using this to avenge, because it seems like you are trying to take out the man who did that to my friend, so
indeed we are.
for the last charge will be for you to use whenever you want, given that
Charge of
Ye-
what?
use
What
his
is it?
first charge. This, while holding that and concentrating on a foe, on someone that you seek, you will get to know their location should they be within a day's march.
I'm looking at Baast or...
Well, with that in mind, everything I said, that is fucking useful.
I'm not... Thank you.
I'm not gonna deny that. But wouldn't you
let us-
feel like you want that revenge to be in your own hands and accompany
He
us
holds
on the,
his
on the
stub
journey?
up. I'm
Well-
short of a hand short for being
Obviously, I
able to.
didn't mean it that way, but you know.
We'll
I look
say
at
your,
Baast and sånn.
we'll say your name as he is lying dead on the ground. We'll give honor to you, fellow faded, as a part of our band of heroes. Maybe not in person, but in spirit. And I feel very proud because I feel, yeah, again, very, very like hoity-toity.
Her words are like solid. She'll if she says she'll kill him, she will.
So you guys coming along or what?
I'm like,
Well, we have some.
And I kind of look over to Adeema, like, honestly, that's all cool. I'm happy to do that, but we need all the help we can get.
one of them is lacking an arm, and the other one easily falls under the starry-eyed man's influence. I'd rather take my chances on us.
I'm sure that'd be
Yeah.
valuable
It
and aid,
beats
but
Mueller.
they have been noticed and known for him. He might
Yeah.
sense a return.
Brisbane
And-
speaks up and like, was it not that my beast can be so easily angered by this man? I would offer my services, but it made me lose control over those I held dearest and nearest, so
I understand that sensation, and ripping apart your fellow faded is probably something that weighs upon you. And you don't want more on your conscience, as none of us do. I look at him.
but should you need help any other time with any other task relating to any other matter, I am in your debt.
Great! When we win, when we are successful, when we are glorious, we shall all have an ale.
Do
Where
I
do we
find out
find
what
you?
the scroll is? Is it
Um,
understandable?
Oh yes, this is a scroll. It's a magical scroll,
Okay.
and it's a scroll of resurrection.
Whoa.
It is if someone's, but it is if it is someone who's died within 1 minute.
I'll
So-
take it.
What
so
level
meaning-
spell is that?
Huh?
You probably
Is
will.
it should I
Well,
add? Because I see I can actually add the scroll of spell level, like the. And the
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell, but this is because just by looking at this, you know this is sort of the kinds of magic that studying the arcane won't ever give you. This is of those that seek powers through, more directly through worship and
Yeah, it's clerical.
Devotion.
It's divine. It's divine
Yes.
magic, not.
yes. If you
But-
were cleric, you would probably be able to do this, but
No,
Gone.
but as long as the spell can be, anyone can cast a spell from the scroll though, so that's fine.
yes.
There's a third
anybody
level
who-
scroll of spell.
Yeah.
Spell scroll. Add item. Okay, I'll just add it to.
So
yeah.
anybody who knows how to cast magic, and if you have third level spell slots, you don't need to do a check at all to cast this. But if you don't, then there is a check involved
Yeah.
to see if you can cast it or not.
Well, I'll hang on to it since I'm probably the one most useful to use it, and
Can
Yeah.
anybody
And-
have it? No, okay.
and if like
Anyone
any
but
of the
Adeema.
past days events or any indication, we will end up using it on Wren. After Adeema kills her, of course.
For the goat.
Yeah. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Thank you.
Brisbane
This will-
speaks up. Well, if you were seeking to take shelter here, then I will happily be in assistance of making sure the area is safe.
Excellent. That would be good. Yes, I think this is the best place. It's defendable, it's controllable, and it offers good shelter.
And we know now where he was last seen. We're
Yes.
getting close.
Soon.
The fight we so
Pay for
thirst
his crimes. That infamous charlatan.
The
Usurper.
And as you all sort of start doing your things and get
Curse.
ready for the rest, we're going to end tonight's episode.
Do we get to take a long rest roll, or does something happen before? I'm not gonna ask.
No, in between episodes, we're gonna do a long rest just to get that out of there, and we don't need to spend time in episode
Excellent.
doing that because you literally have
Nice.
people to help you look through all that. And
I had 2 spell slots left, so I needed that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's always a great thing about spell casual. Like, haha, and then you're like, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
I can mend things.
Just be happy you're not a warlock who would at this
Oh.
point have 2 or 3 spell slots. Just that's it.
Oh.
Awesome. I love that for that.
Yes. But yes, thank you, dear players.
Fun episode.
Thank you. Fun episode.
Thank you, who are
Yeah,
starting
thank you.
GM.
Thank you, dear viewers. And
Comments,
until
likes, and
next time,
follows.
Yes.
Comments, likes, and follows. And love.
do all of the things.
And love.
Yeah, hit the love button.
Love
the
Do
love
it.
button.
I
We
dare
gotta-
you. Hit the love button.
Hit the
It's a
love
new
button.
feature. We're trying it out.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not
Show?
gonna get
I have
into.
no
I'm not
clue.
gonna get into whatever the love button is, but yes, thank you so much. We are young. Me and Alex
We
are
so
young
old.
children.
Oh my god.
We are young children.
I'm
and
out.
That is
Don't
fine.
get me
He's
in.
out. He's out.
I'm out.
And to you, dear viewer, thank you so much for all the likes, comments, and for your views. And until next time, be safe, be kind, and love each other. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.